degrees in the cold of mid-December. In Sayreville, the fans are getting used to playing at this time of year. And once again, head coach George Najar has his Bombers in position to grab the goal. In the way, the Eagles of Middletown South, a Monmouth County powerhouse with a prolific offense and crushing defense. The Central Jersey Group 3 Championship, Middletown South versus Sayreville, next. Welcome to War Memorial Stadium in Sayreville, New Jersey, home of the Bombers and site of today's Central Jersey Group 3 Championship game between the Middletown South Eagles and the Sayreville Bombers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Glad you could join us for Central Jersey Championship football here in the town of Championship, Sayreville. The Bombers, a team that has been in the playoffs 3 of the last 5 seasons, but they haven't won a state title since 1949. And the Bomber faithful, and there are many of them here today, feel that their team is well overdue for a state championship. Alongside is Steve Tober, and Steve, as I mentioned, you think of Sayreville as a club that has had great success recently, and they have. They've made plenty of playoff appearances, but no ring since 1949.
Well, they lost to Woodbridge a few years back, was knocked out by Franklin in the sectional semis last season to complete a fine 9-1 campaign. But these two teams did meet in 1992, 34-0 Middletown South. We know George Najar's club is looking for better things today for the Bombers.
Let's talk about Middletown South, who's a team that's 8-3, tremendous size on both sides of the line, offensively and defensively. And there's no secret with them. They're just going to pound the football right at you.
Well, they have a 235-pound tailback, Paul Keeter, who's rushed for over 1,500 yards. Donnie Dust, an all-county tackle, leads a very big club in the trenches. Sayreville's quick and agile. We'll see if they can offset that strength at the line of scrimmage.
As you mentioned, the Bombers with quick strike capability. A little cold, my mouth breathing. Quick strike capability, and certainly one of the things Middletown South has to watch for is the explosiveness in the backfield for Sayreville.
Well, Omar Joseph, great on kick returns, punt returns, number 1. Watch for him. John Newber, an outstanding fullback and linebacker, all-county linebacker, great all-purpose player. Sayreville has the weapons. It's going to be a matter of breaking a couple out of that wing C here this afternoon.
Big crowd on hand here at Sayreville, as usual, and a very spirited bunch as well. It is a cold December afternoon for the Central Jersey Group 3 Championship. Middletown South versus Sayreville, and the opening kickoff is just a few minutes away. You're watching Central Jersey High School football on TKR Sports. Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium here in Sayreville. Lou Brogno along with Steve Tober. Sayreville and Middletown South getting ready to go in the Central Jersey Group 3 Championship game. Look at those Sayreville fans for waiting the arrival of their Bomber football team. Always good when it's 31 degrees to be shirtless. I understand
Better
those guys,
them than us.
Yeah, I understand those guys have been shirtless at least for 45 minutes or so.
Maybe for 13 weeks. And this season, which started back on September 19th, when you can go shirtless, here we are December 13th. Those guys have probably been shirtless for 3 months.
It is a very cold December afternoon. The temperature is in the low 30s, and there is a bit of a breeze which will blow left to right on your screen. That makes the temperature really feel to the fans here like it's in the upper teens. So it's a very brisk December day, and of course, what else would you expect for this time of year? This is a late time to be playing high school football. Remember, 6 teams made the Central Jersey Group 3 bracket, and because of that, they had to extend the season an extra week. And that's why in the middle of December, you have the championship game between Middletown South and Sayreville.
Played once in Middletown South, has played 4 games in 4 weeks. Sayreville, on the other hand, had a 21-day layoff between a Week 8 game and the first round of the playoffs, and they had a bye in the first round, and they came out fresh against Ocean Township, won 42-12 decisively. George Najar called it their best overall performance of the year, so we'll see if that freshness is maintained for Sayreville, and if Middletown South is maybe a little tired.
Sayreville comes in with a record of 7-3. Middletown South 8-3. 3 down. Let's talk about the keys to the game. Middletown South, we talked about their tremendous advantage at the line of scrimmage to even basically for Middletown South. I mean, they just want to pound it at you.
Well, they want to be able to mix the pass and run, control the ball. Paul Keeter, their 230-pound senior tailback, is over 1,500 yards rushing, 18 touchdowns. In fact, last week was the first game he hadn't scored a touchdown this year. Controlling the ball, limit the big play for Sayreville with Omar Joseph on kick and punt returns. That'll also be a key for the Eagles.
And for the Sayreville Bombers to win their first state title since the 1940s. Let's talk about what George Najar's club has to do today to come away with a victory.
Well, Sayreville does have back 315-pound tackle Joe Lardino from his broken foot. They're going to need his added bulk at the line of scrimmage because controlling that offensive line is going to be difficult against a very big and strong Middletown South front. Defensive penetration also very key. Sayreville's going to rush the quarterback, put some pressure on the sophomore signifier, James Sorrenti, making his 6th start here today.
The Bombers have taken the field. Middletown South, coached by Keith Comaforo. He has had great success there. 8-3 this year, as we mentioned. In the playoffs, they have defeated Lawrence 33-7. Defeated Franklin Township in a thriller last week, 20-19.
And the Eagles were down 13-0 in the third quarter. They're a very comeback, resilient club. They've had a lot of injuries, including to their first-string quarterback, Mike Sergio, who went down with a knee injury in Week 5 against Monmouth. So they've had to bounce back with a sophomore quarterback and try to play consistent football.
Sayreville under head coach George Najar in his 3rd season. He took a team that was struggling. They were 4-5 in his first year. They went to 9-1 and then 7-3 this year. 94-32-1 when he coached at Lincoln High School in Brooklyn for 13 years. They won the New York City Championship in 1993. And as we mentioned, Sayreville now has been in the playoffs 3 of the last 5 years here.
Last year they lost to Franklin 20-13. George Najar, the Home News Tribune Coach of the Year. He's one of the top minds in the Greater Middlesex Conference.
Sayreville got to this championship by blasting Ocean Township last week by the score of 42-12, and that opened up some eyes.
Very much so. In Middletown South, that's the one common opponent between the two teams. Middletown South opened the season with a 25-13 victory over Ocean. They're both members of A North of the Shore Conference.
The captains are out at midfield. John Newber, Joe Lardino, and Omar Joseph for Sayreville. Lardino, quite a story. He missed the first 7 games of the season with a foot injury, an all-state type player, and they sorely missed him, obviously, the Bombers, but he has come back with a force. Both teams are ready to go. Good crowd on hand on both sides on this cold December afternoon for the Group 3 championship.
Well, last week, Lou, I saw they had 1,137 fans here. Maybe they have 1,138 fans here today for those exact numbers. Sayreville, a great draw in the GMC. Tremendous crowd here for December 13th game.
Here is the national anthem. National anthem performed by the Middletown South Marching Band. And we are just about ready to go. Sayreville in their home blue uniforms, the silver helmets, white numerals, and Middletown South in the road, white jerseys, the gray pants, and the gray helmet, and the purple numbers on their shirt. Middletown South champions in 1989, 92, and 95. They're 12-4 overall in the playoffs and 5-1 versus Middlesex County teams.
They've been impressive against conference and non-conference teams. They blew out Lawrence 33-7 in that big come-from-behind victory over Franklin in the semifinals. And the Eagles have been a power for years to produce pro players. In fact, Christian Peter with the New York Giants now, Jason Peters starting at Nebraska, among them. It's been a great program.
Sayreville has won only 2 championships, as we mentioned. Great success in the playoffs, but they haven't been able to win the big one. 1946 and 1949, the 2 championships for Sayreville. And in a great football town like this, you know that they are very anxious to get this championship this year.
In Middletown South, this is their first year in Group 3. They were traditionally a Central Jersey Group 4 team. And so it's an interesting matchup in that way, since both teams now in Group 3.
Sayreville will kick it off. The Bombers will kick left to right on your screen. John Faranick will tee it up at the 40-yard line.
See a little bit of that Oakland Raider look with the silver and the white.
Back deep for Middletown South. Dave Gentile and Randy Cease. It's a high kick, and it bounces at the 10. He takes it there, angles to the 15, the 20, has a hole up the middle, breaks the tackle, and a good return for Middletown South. Across the 35-yard line, and up near the 37, a 29-yard return. Here's the Middletown South offense. It's a huge offensive line. The center is Rob Gravy, Brian Croper, and Jim Tiax are the guards. Don Dust and Matt Schneider the tackles. The tight end is Brian Tacticos. We'll give you the backfield after this play. Here's the pitch to Paul Keeter. He's nailed at the line of scrimmage and driven down. It'll be second down coming up for the Eagles. Here are their skill positions. Chris Moriarty is the wide receiver, a sophomore, 6'1", 165. The flanker is Phil Meyer. The fullback, Randy Z. Paul Keeter comes in with 1,500 yards rushing from the tailback position. And James Sorrenti is a sophomore quarterback, 5'10", 170. He takes over for the injured Mike Sergio, out with a knee surgery this year. One setback and trip receivers to the left. Here's the handoff to Cease. He is hit and driven down behind the line of scrimmage. Vinny Picaro on the tackle. Here is the Sayreville defense. Up front, the defensive ends are Lenny Carter and Brandon Hoyt. Joe Lardino and Stephen Wan started the tackles. We'll see Rich Hedden there as well. The linebackers are Ira Gilmore, Dave Gangadell, Vinny Picaro. John Newber also sees some time at the linebacker slot, originally listed as a strong safety. Joseph Bell, Newber, and Antoine Simmons are the defensive backs. 3rd and 10, Middletown South, back to throw Sorrenti. He rolls out, fires, Cease makes the catch, but he's hit and driven down. Brandon Hoyt, the freshman defensive end, on the tackle, and Middletown South is faced with a 4th down.
So we see a very quick and attacking Sayreville defense to start off. That's a good sign for the Bombers. They're outside the line of scrimmage. Do a nice job defensively in this first series.
Just underway, first quarter of the Central Jersey Group 3 Championship. Peter, as his punt formation is partially blocked. It is blocked, and Sayreville will have the football in Middletown South territory at the 43-yard line. So the Bombers take over, and here's a look at their offense. A big break to start the game. The center is Ray Quick, 6'1", 210, a senior. Mark Ciamera and Chris Cordy are the guards. Joe Lardino, TJ Starres are the tackles, and Vinny Picaro is the tight end. The wide receiver, John Bell, Newber, Simmons, and Joseph. Michael Thomas also listed as the starter. We'll see some action behind quarterback Charlie Bowden, 5'10", 160-pound junior QB. First and 10, Sayreville at the Middletown South 43. The gift to Joseph, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven down. A very short pickup. Let's take a look at that punt. Here's the block. And as you can see, it was just tipped.
Good rush put on Cheater, and they partially blocked it. Great field position for the Bombers.
We'll give you the Middletown South defense after this play. 2nd down and 8. That's the 42-yard line. Joseph goes in motion, and Bowden looks to throw. Fires, Joseph makes the catch, and he's close to first down yardage. In fact, it looks like he will have a Sayreville first down. The Middletown South defense Here's the Middletown South defense. Winfield, Vanderzee, and John Kopex, the defensive ends. Mike Legg, the nose guard. The linebackers are Anthony Flanagan, Tim Haney, Mike Little, and Jay Pauly. Chris Kirk and Steve Gallo, the corners. Vito DiStefano and Brian Boyle are the safeties. First down, 10. Give, up the middle. Newber. John Newber picks up a couple of yards. He's inside the 30 to about the 27. Omar Joseph on that reception, 16 receptions, 152 yards, 5 touchdowns. So not only does he run the ball, but he's dangerous out of the backfield.
Well, they throw very effectively with a swing pass, either Newber or Joseph. This time Joseph on the left flat, and Omar, anytime he gets the ball, is dangerous if you give him any kind of room.
Second down and 6 at the 28. Simmons goes in motion. Give is to Newber. He's hit and brought down. Aggressive defense by Middletown South. Good defensive play at the line of scrimmage. Tim Haney, the linebacker, 6'2 junior, 215.
Middletown South's strength is with their linebackers, Haney, Little, and Klopak. That time, no problem offsetting Sayreville's quickness to the line of scrimmage, and Newber brought that almost immediately. In fact, Mike Little, their middle linebacker, was the player of the year defensively in Monmouth County, according to Star Ledger. He's only a junior.
8.5 remaining. First quarter. No score. Sayreville on the move with a 3rd and 6 at the 27-yard line. Simmons goes in motion. Bowden on the draw to Joseph. Breaks a tackle, but that is nailed shy of the 20-yard line. He gets to about the 22, and we'll have to see where they mark it. It's 4th down.
Little draw action here, trying to surprise Middletown South up the middle. Joseph finds some nice running room in there before finally being brought down, but a 4th down now.
4th and 1 at the 22-yard line. First big play of the game for both teams. Bombers come up with one wide receiver to the right side. 6th play of this drive. Simmons goes in motion and Bowden marks the signal. Gives to Joseph, flashes through, and has the first down inside the 20 and down to about the 17-yard line.
There's some good angle blocking at the line of scrimmage by the front middle there, behind quick to center, and this time from the halfback spot. Good lead block by Newber as well, and that hole opens up on the left side for Omar Joseph, and a big first down for the Bombers.
And Joe Lardino and Ira Gilmore on the left side, opening up the hole, running behind the big left guard and left tackle. 1st and 10, Sayreville. Bombers with a good drive here at the 17-yard line. Simmons goes in motion, and now is in the backfield with Newber. Here is the give up the middle, running the football, John Newber. And he's got another Sayreville first down, it appears, inside the 10-yard line. Brought down at about the 6.
Well, Newber is one of the great all-purpose backs in the Greater Middlesex Conference. 659 rushing yards, 957 combined, and then he's thrown a 489 passing. Just a tremendous player. If you concentrate too much on Joseph, they come right back with John Newber.
It's 1st and goal, Sayreville, just outside of the 5-yard line, actually marked it at the 6. Omar Joseph up the middle, still on his feet, and he's hit as he crashes down to about the 3-yard line. Jay Pauly, the outside linebacker, came in to make the tackle for the Eagles. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. 6:20 remaining first quarter. The breeze picks up, gets a little bit colder here in Sayreville.
It's been an impressive drive for Sayreville following the partially blocked punt.
Newber up the middle, driving towards the goal line.
Still a little short.
He's down to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal.
This is Sayreville football. Out of that wing C, the misdirection, the draws, the combinations of Joseph and Newber, and they've got it right at the doorstep of Middletown South. They just want to try to punch it over here.
play of the drive for the Bombers, taking over after the blocked punt in Middletown South territory. Third down, goal at the 1. Newber up the middle, didn't get there. He was hit. Great penetration by the Middletown South defense.
Chris Kirk, junior cornerback, number 4, came up and made a nice hit there. Middletown South, a good attacking team defensively. Not a bad job at the line of scrimmage, but then the secondary comes up with number 4, Kirk, makes the big stop for Middletown South.
Here's the huge play. 4th down and goal at the 1-yard line for Sayreville. 4:54 remaining first quarter. Quarterback sneak, Bowden. Touchdown, Sayreville.
Well, you can't get any more clutch than that. They had to put it over on 4th and goal, and Bowden takes it in. We'll take another look. Moving behind the center. Good blocking up front. Bomber touchdown.
Charlie Bowden takes it in from the 1-yard line. And the Bombers have a 6-0 lead.
That's Charlie's 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. He's thrown for 12.
They'll line up for the extra point. Bowden, the holder. John Bell is the Sayreville kicker. The snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Break in the action. 4:44 remaining first quarter. Sayreville 7, Middletown South nothing. The touchdown drive, 11 plays, 43 yards, 5 minutes and 56 seconds taken off the clock, capped by Bowden's 1-yard run. The key, 2 for 2 on 4th down and 1. That 1-2 punch. Newber is 18 yards, and Omar Joseph, with 13 yards as well.
Yeah, the 4th down at the 22, then the 4th and goal at the 1, and Sayreville converts.
High kick, and it stays. Now it goes out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. See if Middletown South elects to take the ball at the 35.
Middletown South, a little problem there on special teams on the blocked punt to help set up this long drive by Sayreville, and we'll see whether special teams plays a big role today. You got 2 good kickers on the field, and John Bell of Sayreville and Matt Eckert, a second-team All-Monmouth selection for Middletown South.
It looks like South is going to make Sayreville kick it again. So the Bombers will be backed up 5.
Well, they have confidence in their return team.
So this time they'll kick it off from the 35. John Bell this time will kick it off.
Talk about Newber. Bell's another outstanding all-purpose player for Sayreville.
And Cease and Gentile are back deep. It's a line drive kick. Cease has trouble with it, but picks it up at the 15. To the 20, he's hit and drops. He gets across the 25 up to the 27. And Middletown South will put it in play there.
There's Cease fumbling the ball and finally able to pick it up, and Middletown South made the wrong decision there, going for the return.
Lost some yardage. Whole house backfield. First down 10 for the Eagles. Handoff goes. Second man through. It's Paul Keeter. And he picks up a couple. Keeter's a huge tailback. 6'1", 230. Last week, 136 yards against Franklin.
The first game he hadn't scored a rushing touchdown all year for the 8-3 Eagles. 266 carries for those 1,515 yards. We see him there picking up a good gainer.
Second down and 7. And off. Randy Cece, the fullback. He spins for a couple, but running yardage has been hard to find so far against that Sayreville front.
Well, much like Sayreville, Middletown South will also do some play action and look for the backs out of the backfield. Cece scored the game winner against Franklin with only 2 minutes left in the corner of the end zone to beat Franklin 20 to 19. So look for the backs and receivers as well.
Third down 5. Again, full house backfield behind quarterback Sorrente. He has the football, throws incomplete. A good job of hiding the ball as he got it out to his receiver. But the pass was overthrown, intended for Gary Shaw, backup tight end. So Middletown South again will have to punt.
And we'll see what Paul Keeter, the punter, if he gets a little more time this time and doesn't have it partially blocked.
Omar Joseph and John Newber are back deep for the Bombers at the 31. It's a line drive kick. Joseph takes it to 35, and he falls down. The footing is not good in between the 30-yard line. Very difficult. In fact, yesterday, they had a helicopter out here trying to dry the field. You can see Joseph thought he had it set up. Sayreville,
well, decent job there done, and Joseph, give him any room, you're in trouble, but again, the slip theory condition. You guys are lucky down here up in North Jersey. We had about 3 inches of snow.
Absolutely. Up where I live, 3-4 inches of snow. But yes, they did have a helicopter here yesterday trying to dry off the field. It worked somewhat, but the middle of the field treacherous. Bowden looks to throw. Has time. Fires for Joseph. It's incomplete. Out of bounds. And good coverage offered by Jay Pauly, the outside linebacker.
Charlie Bowden could have had a cup of coffee back there. He had plenty of time to throw that ball, just overthrew Joseph, who was pretty well covered. Joe Lardino certainly provides a stronger presence up front for a line that's done a pretty good job in this tough GMC all season long without Lardino for the first 7 games.
Joe Lardino, highly sought after two-way lineman, both offensively and defensively. It was tough for him in his senior year to sit out so many games, but he's here when it counts. Second down 10. Joseph goes in motion, and here is the pitch outside Simmons. He breaks the tackle and spins for a couple of yards across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Antoine Simmons, junior running back, he had over 100 yards rushing last week against Franklin as well.
Well, they've been getting good mileage out of Simmons in addition to Newber and Joseph. That time, what Middletown doing is getting good up coverage from the strong safety. That time, number 3, Jay Pauly, came up to help finish up. And they also have some good work there by Vito DeStefano, number 29. So right now, the secondary for Middletown South doing an exceptional job against the run and the pass.
Third down 7 for the Bombers. Ball tipped at the 38-yard line with split backs behind quarterback Charlie Bowden. Antoine Simmons goes in motion, and Bowden looks to throw. Rolls out, fires, and it's nearly intercepted. Ball is overthrown, intended, I think, for Simmons. And Jay Pauly almost came up with the pick.
Yeah, Pauly had that ball, just couldn't hold on to it. Not a bad idea by Bowden. This time he was under pressure a bit, and good coverage, and Pauly almost comes up with that overthrown ball for a big kick.
CC drops back deep for Middletown South, and the Bombers will kick the football away. Charlie Bowden, he's the punter for Sayreville. It's a good snap and a line drive kick. Good. And CC picks up at the 15-yard line, heads straight upfield. And good yardage across the 30-yard line. So Middletown South will put it in play. Their third offensive possession of the first quarter. And the Eagles so far 3 downs and out each time.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Middletown South can do offensively. So far, Sayreville's quickness to the line of scrimmage and a good job by Percayo and Newber linebackers have done the job.
So Middletown South, first 2 drives, 3 and out. Their longest play, 4 yards from the line of scrimmage. 2:08 remaining first quarter. Sayreville 7 and Middletown South nothing. Here's the give up the middle, breaking some tackles. Ball is loose. Fumble on the play at the 35, and it looks like Middletown South got it back. Paul Keeter was the ball carrier, and he was hit hard.
Very fortunate the Eagles were. Here's Sorrente hitting off the Keeter. The ball slips off. Good job knocking that ball away, and one of the linemen pulling on it for the Eagles.
A pickup of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. Give Keeter trying to find some blockers. Slides to the outside, still on his feet, and fights for the first down. Tough run by the Middletown South tailback Paul Keeter.
Moving well that time behind right tackle Donnie Dust, an all-Monmouth selection, 6'3", 220. Middletown South at the line of scrimmage. Matt Schneider, 240 the left tackle. Tim Kia, 225 the left guard. Brian Croper, 250 the center. Rob Gravy, 240 a sophomore right guard, and Dust, 220 the right tackle.
Well,
great size in the trenches.
That's a football player's name, isn't it? Donnie Dust. First and 10, and up the middle they go. Little inside handoff, reverse to the fullback. That time, Randy Cece carried the football. And he picks up about 2.5 on the play, so brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, these teams are so similar. To see Cece bursting up, they both love ball possession, long drives, which means a short game.
Which is, we're all for that, by the way. I formation for the Eagles on a 2nd and 7. Receivers split left and right. Here is the give, and breaking into the secondary Keeter. That time he just ran over people across the 50-yard line to the Sayreville 47.
Yeah, they're both tackles out in front there. Matty Schneider, number 63. We see Schneider pulling right there, coming over. Schneider's out in front. Oh, nice job by Matt Schneider, the other tackle for Middletown South, to find that running room.
Keeter comes in, by the way, 1,500 yards rushing, 15-15 on the season. 9-yard gain, 5 carries, 25 yards here today. Up the middle, Cece is inside the 40-yard line, and that time he picked up about 7 yards. And now the Middletown South offensive line beginning to take control.
Well, they're big and they're strong, and now Cece combining with Keeter right up the gut. Behind center Brian Croper, 250 pounds, and South is moving the ball effectively.
And that's the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter gone by in the Central Jersey Group 3 championship game. The score, Sayreville 7, Middletown South nothing. You're watching Central Jersey High School football on TKR Sports. Welcome back to Frosty Sayreville on this championship afternoon. Sayreville and Middletown South in the Group 3 finals. Lou Brogno along with Steve Tober. Glad you could join us here on TKR Sports for this championship game. Sayreville leading by the score of 7-0. Middletown South, though, on a drive. It's 2nd down and 3. The Eagles move left to right on your screen. Steve Tober, Middletown South taking control now at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it took them a while till 1:17 left in the first quarter to get their first down, but they're moving now.
Here's the give to Keeter. That time he's hit hard, but he tried to feel his way for some first down yardage. Joe Lardino came over to make the tackle, but it's very close to the first down. In fact, it is a first down.
Now, Keeter may not be the fastest tailback in the world at 230 pounds, but he's got good speed, and he keeps his feet going.
Some stats in the first quarter. Sayreville 34 yards rushing to Middletown's 33. Total yardage, Sayreville with 44 overall. No turnovers in that first half, but of course we did have that blocked punt which led to the touchdown. And penalties were not a significant factor. Only 1 penalty, and that was on the kickoff. First down 10. Keeter. Good job. Keeter has a couple of yards. That's not a good job by John Newbert, who came up to make the play for the Bombers.
Sayreville's got to use their quickness, and they're use their outstanding play at linebacker. Vinny Portaro and John Newbert, both first-team all Middlesex County players. They got to offset the size advantage Middletown South has, which is right now helping them move the football.
2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. And the football sits at the 35-yard line. Man in motion, Moriarty. But the give is up the middle to Cece. Randy Cece carries the football and picks up a couple. Well, nothing fancy about what Middletown South does. They say, we've got big guys on the line. We've got big backs. Here comes the ball right at you. Stop it.
Well, Lardino and Terzino doing a pretty good job diving along the ground along with Newbar, number 23, keeping low and knocking up the running back. And here's a big 3rd down play here.
Ninth play of the drive. Sorrenti with a 3rd down and 6, calls the signal. Now he rolls out, looks to throw, fires, catch made. Moriarty makes the catch, and he is out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. That's enough for a Middletown South first down.
Well, the 2 sophomores hooked up, Moriarty And Sorrenti, number 6 Sorrenti, throws a nice sideline pattern. And running a good pattern on the other end is Chris Moriarty, 6'1", 165-pound sophomore wide receiver.
First and 10, Middletown South. The Eagles with their best drive of the game so far. Deep in Sayreville territory. Ball sits at the 22. Give up the middle, the fullback, CC. And he picks up a couple.
James Sorrenti, who took over after the week 6 injury to Mike Sergio, the starting quarterback, with tore ligaments in his knee. And Sorrenti's only thrown 38 passes, coming in for 233 yards and 3 touchdowns. But he's trying to mix it up here today. Coach Keith Comaforo said he wanted to mix the pass and run effectively. Right now they're doing it.
Second down, 8 at the 20-yard line. Pitch to Keeter, cuts it back in, still on his feet, and drives forward till about the 15-yard line. Looks like there might have been a penalty flag thrown on the play. Let's see what the call is. No indication yet from the officials. Holding against Middletown South. Well, that's the first significant penalty of the game. That hurts.
Well, on a pitch like that, a long developing play, you got blockers out in front, you got guys pulling the trap, and obviously somebody got some hands on a Sayreville player. This is going to be a big 10-yard penalty against the Eagles.
And a personal foul against both teams.
Looks like it might have been a late hit against Sayreville.
They also said personal foul against Middletown South. So those would offset, you would think, and they probably won't set the holding, I guess. The hold seemed to be on the tight end, Brian McCall, in the secondary, downfield blocking, and there is the holding penalty assessed to Middletown South. So that will bring the Eagles back 10 yards. Whoa, now.
Both those penalties against South, and then, oh boy.
Whoa.
Instead of being at the 15, they're going all the way back to the 40. Well, we'll see where they place the ball.
You know, I never understood this.
Oh, this whole thing of walking this off.
Right.
Why bother?
What is the purpose of that?
To confuse everybody, certainly the fans and the coach. Here's the 32-yard line. And Keith Comaforo and his staff.
He's not in your screen right now. He's the gentleman on the right side of your screen.
Keith, a fellow New York City native, along with George Najar. Keith Comaforo, in his second stint, had coached in the early 90s, came back, and now his 4th year in his second stint. That's one of his assistants over there, sneaking out to try to get the word. And a penalty call, but instead of being at the 15, at the 32, so you lose 17 yards for that sequence of penalties. The penalty assessed from the point of infraction on a hold.
It's about 2nd and 20. Here we go. 32-yard line. Sorrenti looks to throw. Now he's going to run the football up the sidelines, and he dives forward to about the 26. He picks up about 6 yards on the play.
Lenny Carter did a nice job from his defensive end spot, number 24 for Sayreville. Sorrenti, not known as a running quarterback, only a sophomore. Tough spot for the 5'10", 170-pounder.
3rd down and 14. Try that again, Lou. 3rd and 14. Out of the shotgun. Sorrenti looks to throw. He fires, catch made, penalty flag on the play. CC makes the catch. He's nowhere near first down yardage, and there is a flag on the play.
We'll see if we have a possible illegal block against Middletown South at the end.
Officials talk it over.
South team totally on the move there, and we see CC finding some yardage there, but a long developing play once again on that swing pass. Waiting for the official's indication.
Holding.
There's a hold against Sayreville.
Defensive holding against the Bombers.
Whoa.
That'll give Middletown South a first down.
call that's not normally made very often, defensive holding. The referee talking to Paul Keeter, number 25. And certainly the breaks going back and forth here with 7:54 to go in the first half.
They say it's still third down. So not an automatic first down. I stand corrected.
Big third down, still the same.
But it is third down and 5 now. This drive, 11 plays, 64 yards. Shoot up 6 minutes. But no points. 7-0 Sayreville. Third and 5. Whistles. Penalty flags. This could be offside Sayreville. Looked like the Bombers moved on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but the Middletown South moved too quickly.
No, 5 yards against Sayreville, and now you've got a first down. Middletown South, first down.
Yeah, good call there, Lou. The Bombers a little over-anxious in the trenches and creates a first down on penalties. Middletown South appear to be in big trouble, and they've gotten a couple of breaks here on the penalty call.
Ball sits at about the 12-yard line. It's first and 10, Middletown South. Keeter hit behind the line of scrimmage and driven back. Wan's in on the tackle for Sayreville.
Lenny Carter again, number 24, helping clean up. Sayreville doing what they can do in the trenches. It's tough against that big Middletown South offensive line. Keeter takes a little while to get up there, and plenty of Bombers converging. You see 24 Carter helping to finish up on that big tackle.
6:50 remaining, first half. Sayreville 7, Middletown South nothing. Second and 10 at the 12-yard line. Play action. Sorrenti looks to throw. He fires. End zone. Incomplete. Keeter and Moriarty were both there as receivers for Middletown South, and Keeter wanted to get a flag for interference.
Well, as we said earlier, the backs love to come out for pass reception. CC and Keeter both in there. Ball thrown in between, and diving also was Moriarty, number 5, and George Najar and company have to come up with a big play once again defensively.
Third and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Both these teams like long, time-consuming drives, and we're seeing one right here by the Eagles of Middletown South.
Sorrenti looks to throw. Fires, nearly intercepted. Great defensive play by Newberg. John Newberg almost picked it.
Well, everybody knows he's one of the best players in Middlesex County. Came in with 24 tackles, 3 interceptions, and this time he makes a big pass breakup as Keeter is frustrated. But John Newberg, 5'10", 175-pounder, he's a very good linebacker.
Well, Matt Eckert is in to try the field goal. It'll be a 29-yard attempt. The kick is up. It is good. 29-yard field goal by Matt Eckert, a second-team All-Monmouth County selection. And Middletown South is on the board. Breaking the action. 6:19 remaining, second quarter. Sayreville 7, Middletown South 3. Semi-successful drive. They were able to come up with points, but they really controlled the line of scrimmage, Steve Tover, and I'm sure they were thinking touchdown in the earlier part of that drive.
14 plays, 58 yards, 7:51 of time. I thought it was very important for the Eagles to get some points, and thanks to Matt Eckert's foot, they got 3.
Newberg, Simmons, and Joseph are back deep, and Eckert will kick it off for Middletown South. It's a high, booming kick. Newberg takes it to the 5-yard line. He's to the 10, 15, 20, breaks the tackle. Still on his feet, across the 25-yard line to the 27. And Sayreville puts it in play there. Bombers have a 7-3 lead with 6 minutes and 11 seconds remaining, second quarter.
Sayreville's got to come back. The offense has had plenty of rest here get back on the field and try to get something going again.
Sayreville offense, after going 1-1 earlier in this year, went on a tear where they averaged 28 points per game. They've been able to put some points up on the scoreboard. Here is the give inside Simmons. In-point Simmons gets up near the 30-yard line, picks up about 3.
Simmons has done a nice job in the misdirection blocking, very good there out of the wing tee. For the Bombers, that play took a little while to develop, and Simmons able to get some positive yardage out of it.
Second down, 7. Charlie Bowden blowing on his hands. Again, temperature in the 30s, wind chills in the teens. Omar Joseph carries the football. And he's up near the 35.
Well, Sayreville has the lead. There's no reason to take any chances. Be conservative, get everybody in the action. This time, coming from his left halfback spot was Joseph. Now he sets up a nice third, 2 or 3 here.
They'll call it third down and 3. Sayreville at their own 34-yard line. Tight formation for the Bombers. Here is the give to Joseph, slashing, not going to get there. Hit at the line of scrimmage and driven down, did not get the first down. Brought down at the 35.
One thing about Middletown South, they're a team that starts off slowly many times, but they get going. Mike Legg that time, defensive lineman, 6'5", 260, number 49, gets blocked off the play, but then recovers and helps finish up, along with a good stop by Brian Tacticos, number 88, who made the initial hit, 6'2", 220-pound junior. So you hear all these big sizes of Eagles in the trenches.
Sayreville comes up, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to draw the Eagles off.
Now Middletown South calls timeout because the Eagles were looking for Sayreville to punt. In fact, they had sent a deep receiver back to receive the kick, and the Bombers came up to the line of scrimmage to go for it on 4th down. Boy, that would be kind of a risky play, going for it on 4th down and maybe as much as 2 yards.
I'd be surprised if they would have actually run that play. I think they were just going to try to draw Middletown South off, but we'll see here if they don't line up in a punt. I mean, you got the lead, and it certainly would appear to be a punting situation.
Look at George Najar, the head coach here at Sayreville. He's done a great job here with the Bombers. He took over a tough situation. Remember, Sal Mastretta was the head coach here. Mastretta, very successful, and in George's first year, he took over a program that he had to rebuild a little bit. They went 4-5, and fans here, great fans, but tough place to go 4-5 after following Mastretta. But George brought the team back last year to 9-1, 7-3 this year. He's a terrific football coach. He's done a great job.
9-1, and this year opened up with a big win over J.P. Stevens. They've done well since.
Now the Bombers will punt. Their first punt, 44 yards. They tried to catch Middletown South off guard, but the kick is right into the wind. I mean, he kicked it straight into the wind, and the wind just knocked it flat back to the field.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd ever go for that on 4th down. A good decision, although the kick was not a good one. But that wind is picking up a bit.
16 yards on the punt after a 44-yard punt with the wind in the first quarter. Quite a difference.
A big series for both teams here, Lou, after Middletown South had the football for so long. They get it back fairly quickly. Let's see if they can move it, try to get some more points on the board before the end of the first half.
1st and 10, Middletown South at the 48-yard line. Here's the pitch, fumble, ball's loose behind the line of scrimmage, but Middletown South has recovered. However, they'll lose a yard on the play. Paul Keeter recovered the errant pitch.
Yeah, they've had a couple of times where they had a little problem holding on to the football. One time was knocked free by Sayreville. This time the ball never got to CC or Keeter. Keeter alertly picking it up.
The pitch actually hit CC in the shoulder pad. It was intended for Keeter. There's the Sayreville fans bundled up today. Cold December afternoon. 2nd down, 11. I formation. Receivers split left and right. Drop! Give up the middle. Nothing. CC carried the football, the fullback, and he might have picked up a yard. Now Middletown South in a situation they don't normally like to be in. 3rd down and 10.
Oh, James Sorrenti, the sophomore quarterback, loves a swing pass. That time, great penetration. Joe Lodino did a nice job just getting in there to put some body in there, 315 pounds worth, and then his other teammates coming up to clean up for the Bombers. And I would say a big 3rd down play here, and Sorrenti you would think would have to go to the air.
Split backs now behind Sorrenti. And he gives it to Keeter. On a 3rd and 10, they run the ball for about 2 or 3 yards. Tough to pick up that much yardage. Although Keeter's an outstanding back, but that's a tough call on 3rd and 10.
And especially when you have the wind with you, too. You would think go for the pass, but Middletown South playing conservative. Again, they're a second-half football team, and Keeter nowhere to go on that play. And sets up another punt situation. We'll see if the Bombers continue their strong rush. They've already partially blocked 1 punt here today.
Keeter is in punt formation. Good snap. And it's a booming end-over-end kick that goes out of bounds. Inside the 20, they'll mark it at the 19-yard line. That's where Sayreville will put it in play with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A 30-yard kick for Keeter. Middletown South trailing Sayreville 7-3.
Sayreville probably had the most impressive win of the season over J.P. Stevens, 24-14 in the season opener. But Stevens went on to win 9 straight games, and they had to play without their starting quarterback in the state final against Woodbridge and got beat by the Barons. But Sayreville's had some impressive results in what turned out to be a very competitive year in the GMC.
Sayreville, their first drive, 11 plays, 43 yards. Here is the give to Simmons. Looks to get outside, turns the corner. Antoine Simmons, and he keeps it in bounds and cuts it back in across the 35-yard line.
Well, one thing Sayreville does have is speed, and Antoine Simmons found the corner on that sweep, was able to turn it up and get a big gainer. Good blocking out in front, but it's really Simmons' speed that helps him turn the corner here, and he cuts back nicely, makes it a big gainer for the Bombers.
1st and 10, Sayreville.
Cut it off, Manny, cut it off!
Ball marked at the 37-yard line. Bounce up the middle. Newber on the carry, picks up a couple. Actually, he might have just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Sayreville mixing up the 3 backs very nicely. Newber, Joseph, and Simmons. And with the lead, I wouldn't see him doing too much here fancy with 1:54 to go in the first half.
As I mentioned earlier, Sayreville, 11 plays on their first drive, 43 yards to the touchdown. Their last 2 drives prior to this one, 6 plays, only 10 yards, and 2 punts. So Middletown South has stiffened up on defense. 2nd down, 10, Babin looks to throw. Quick drop, fires. Catch made by Bell, and then he's hammered immediately. Picks up about 5 on the play, up near the 44-yard line.
Well, John Bell can line up as a receiver. That time, he slipped a little bit, but the Middletown South defender's right on top of him. Tim Heaney, an outside linebacker, making the hit.
Actually a pickup of 6, so it's 3rd down and 4 at the 44-yard line. 1:10 remaining here in the second quarter. Sayreville 7, Middletown South 3. Bowden doesn't like what he sees on defense and calls for the timeout. So Charlie Bowden will come over to talk to the Sayreville coaching staff. Stops the clock with 1:01 remaining here in the first half.
Well, they have the time to use. A pretty big 3rd down situation, even with a 7-3 lead for Sayreville, and you'd like to make something come out of this. Sayreville had that long layoff in mid-November. They come back, beat Ocean 42-12. They appear fairly fresh, but offensively they stalled here in the latter part of the first half. Maybe it's Middletown South took a while to get going.
Steve Sayreville, one of the few teams around that still runs the wing T offense. They scored 35 touchdowns, though, out of that wing T this year, and the Bombers do it very successfully.
Yeah, you don't see too many wing T offenses in this part of the state. It's a popular offense. Up north, Luitino at Union, Doug Wilkins at Mountain Lakes, 2 of the more notable wing Ts. Freddie Stengel at Bergen Catholic. But Sayreville's done it effectively. George Najar done a nice job coming over from Lincoln. And the Sayreville team likes to use time-consuming drives, move the football with a misdirection. And right now they got to come up maybe with a misdirection play here or maybe a little swing pass.
Well, key play with 1:01 left, 3rd down and 4. Sayreville looks to keep possession here. The Bombers hang to a 7-3 lead. Look at what it's like on the sidelines here at Sayreville. Muddy sidelines. Joseph, no way. Tries to turn it inside, crushed. John Klopax and Brian Boyle combine on the tackle, and it's 4th down. And Sayreville probably will have to punt here with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, Mike Little, also the middle linebacker, number 52, coming in there, top player defensively in Monmouth County this year. And 4th down, Middletown South's defense has done the job since that TD drive by Sayreville.
Last punt 16 yards into the wind for Bowden. And the clock ticks down with 23 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Bowden steps back, punt formation. Here's the snap, it's good. And a pretty good kick this time by Bowden into the wind. And it looked like the receiver called for a fair catch, but Bushel, I guess, didn't really see it. It sure looked like Steve Dahl put his hand up to call for the fair catch, but
you know it did, but I think he was turned, his back was turned to the far official who would make the call. Now, it does look like he did call a fair catch.
And then started to run.
Now, the near official looked like he had the whistle up, but just basically to call the play dead, but there's an interesting no call there by the referee.
All right, 1st and 10, Middletown South. They have the win. Let's see if they launch it up with 9 seconds left. They send twin receivers out to the left side. Ball is at the 30-yard line. Now they're going to run. Jeter off tackle, grinds ahead, keeps his feet momentarily, but that'll be the last play. Nope, timeout taken. Now a timeout taken by Middletown South with 2 seconds left.
Paul Keeter, all 230 pounds of him, over 1,500 yards rushing this year. Kind of bowls his way for the extra yardage, breaks off a couple of tackles and kind of dives forward with a big 9-yard gain.
Now you would think with the 2 seconds left in the half, you call timeout that you're going to throw the ball downfield, wouldn't you?
You certainly would think so, Lou, if you're going to take that trouble to delay the exit to the locker room in this cold day here in Sayreville. Actually, a lot more comfortable than it was on December 6th when 19 playoff sections were decided. This is the 20th and final football game of the 1997 high school season. It's been a long one. Way back on September 19th, both these teams played, and 13 weeks later, they're decided alone together on the turf here at Bomber Country.
And as we mentioned on the tease to the pregame, started way back at the end of August. These guys were doing 2-a-day, 3-day drills. Up the middle, Keeter breaks a tackle, breaks another, and gets across the 45. But Sayreville will let that happen because that ends the first half. So, 1 half of football in the books here in Bombertown. The score, Sayreville 7, Middletown South 3 in the Central Jersey Group 3 championship game. And we'll be back with second half action in just a few moments. You're watching Central Jersey High School football on TKR Sports. Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium here in Sayreville, where the Bombers lead Middletown South 7-3 as we get ready for the second half of the Group 3 Central Jersey Championship game. Lou Brogno along with Steve Tover. Glad you could join us for Central Jersey High School football here on TKR Sports. Look at first half statistics for both Middletown South and Sayreville as the Bombers come back onto the field for the second half. Not a lot of offense in that first half of football. Middletown South 79 yards on the ground. Sayreville 62 for 17 carries. That's 3.8 yards per carry. Not much passing, as you can see. Sayreville just 16 yards. Middletown South 10. Total offense 89 to 78 in the first half. Penalties a big factor in thwarting Middletown South's drive. They only had 2 penalties, but they were huge as the Middletown South had to settle for 3 points on that big drive, Steve.
A big holding call against Middletown South in that field goal drive, 29 yards by Eckert. Sayreville, outside of that 1 touchdown drive, 11 plays, 43 yards, took up 556, a 1-yard TD run by Charlie Bowden. really didn't move the football very well against Middletown South the rest of the half. That touchdown came in the first quarter with a 5:56 left. And you look at Middletown South at the line of scrimmage. If they can move the football for Paul Keeter, the tailback, the big 230-pound tailback, like they did in that time-consuming 8-minute drive, bridging the first and second quarter, then they certainly could be the comeback football team we saw last week when they were down 13-0 to Franklin and came back and beat the top-seeded team in this section, Central Jersey Group 4, 20-19.
Individually in the first half, Keeter, 12 carries, 59 yards. CC ran 7 times for just 14 yards. Sorrenti, just 1 of 5, 10 yards passing. Sayreville, Omar Joseph, 7 carries, 19 yards. Newber, 6 carries, 18 yards. We'll look at the heater, and they certainly need that on the sideline. Simmons, 3 carries, 25 yards. Bowden, 2 for 4, just 16 yards. Not a lot of offense in that first half. Look at those guys, no shirts.
Brave souls indeed, and they are enthusiastic in Bomber country. And you look at Keeter even with the yardage that he picked up, Lou, 59 yards, but 26 of those came in the last 2 plays of the first half. Joseph held almost totally in check, 7 carries for 19, and Simmons, he had a long run of 19 yards. He had 25 yards, so really, they've shut down Sayreville significantly.
And the temperature dropping now. The lights are on here at Sayreville as we are getting to the late afternoon, and the wind is picking up. It is getting colder. Temperature at game time was in the low 30s. We are a little bit colder than that now. Wind chill factor in the teens. Second half underway. Line drive, kick taken by Simmons at the 10-yard line to the 20, and he's banged down hard at that point. He brings it across the 20 to the 24. Sayreville will have a first down and 10 as they move right to left on your screen.
So Mike Little, number 52, their middle linebacker, on special teams downfield on that play. Good coverage by the Eagles. Great work. Also coming in was Brian Fisher, number 42, to make that hit.
Bell goes wide to the left, and Bowden comes up to the line of scrimmage. One back behind him. First and 10 to the Bombers. Man goes in motion, and the give is to Simmons. Looks to get outside, crunch. He was hit hard at the line of scrimmage and driven down. Tim Haney, number 35, and Jay Pauly, 2 linebackers combining on the tackle. A pickup of 2, second down 8.
Well, they've been successful a couple of times on the sweep with Simmons. This time, great containment by Middletown South, and we saw Tim Haney, number 35, coming up from his weak side linebacker spot to make the stop.
Bell this time goes wide to the right. On a second and 8 at the 26. 7-3, Sayreville on top. Bowden looks to throw, play action. Rolls out, fires. Nearly intercepted. Intended downfield for Lenny Carter, the tight end, but thrown into double coverage.
Well, I tell you, the secondary coverage by Middletown South has been impressive. Vito DiStefano and Chris Kirk, the cornerback, Jay Pauly, the strong safety, and Steve Dahl, the free safety, have done a nice job on pass coverage for the Eagles.
It brings up a third down and 8. And the ball sits at the 27-yard line.
See the center, Ray Quick. There was a nice story in the Home News and Tribune on the senior center this week. He's done a nice job on that offensive line for the Bombers.
Just underway here in this third quarter, first possession of the second half for the Bombers. Bowden looks to throw. Straight back, fires Joseph to catch. Gets a block, and he gets up the sideline. Omar Joseph has a Sayreville first down. Across the 40-yard line and up to the 44. An excellent call by the Bombers.
Well, that's where Joseph is most effective, where they've had the most success this season. Joseph, 17 yards on that pickup, and that play beautifully conceived. The blockers are out in front on this sideline screen play. Here we see Bowden with a long drop. And Joseph's there, and he's got a couple blockers in front of him, able to elude the first tackler. It makes a 17-yard gain out of it.
First and 10, Sayreville. Bombers at their own 44. Newber off tackle, up the middle, breaks some tackles across the 50-yard line and into Middletown South territory.
John Newber, powerful back. He's got great blocking. We see Lardino out in front. Spins and makes the big pickup.
Well, Sayreville had a great initial drive to begin the game. Now they're trying to put together a repeat performance on their first drive of the second half. Simmons cut, and it's hit. Just really pummeled behind the line of scrimmage by Tim Haney, the inside linebacker. Simmons never had a chance.
Yeah, Haney's done a nice job that time stunting up. Bomber players shaken up on the field.
One of the Sayreville players down.
There we see great penetration, and Haney, nobody blocked him.
Ben Tang, left tackle, junior, 6'1", 180 pounds, shaken up on the play. Looks like he's holding his back down by his tailbone.
Well, Benny Tang, who filled in along with TJ Starsace for Lardino all season long, at a tackle spot, doing a nice job. A 6'1", 180-pound junior. That time we saw the replay of Haney bring down the run, and then the lineman pushed back over the pile.
Third down and 2, Sayreville. The Bombers to Middletown South 48. He gave off tackle. Newber hit, didn't get there. Did not get the first down. Again, it was Haney who came in on the tackle.
Now, Haney, nobody's blocking him. He's making great penetration. It appeared the opening was there, but it was filled up so quickly. Newber on the quick handoff. You see a blocker out in front, cuts it up, but there's Haney again, number 35. He's making tackle after tackle from his weak side linebacker spot.
Big play here, 4th down and 1. Sayreville 2 for 2 on 4th down today. They've been successful. Middletown South comes up, hits Newber behind the line of scrimmage. He didn't get there. Middletown South stopped him. It looks like it'll be the Eagles football as they take over on downs. They may measure. They're going to call the sticks out to measure.
Well, here's the defensive player of Monmouth County, Mike Little, number 52, coming up from his middle linebacker spot as we get the official timeout. The Middletown South linebackers rising to the occasion on this drive after Sayreville started off so strongly.
Officials bring the chain out. I heard Coach Najar. They stretched the stick. Nope. Sayreville did not make it. Middletown South stopped them at the 47. So the Middletown South D comes up big.
Oh, and did they ever. Haney and Little. Tim Haney, the 6'2", 215-pound junior, number 35, the weak side linebacker, and Mike Little, number 52, 6', 185-pound junior middle linebacker, the Monmouth County Defensive Player of the Year in the Star Ledger, coming up and making that big 4th down stop. And the ball goes back over to the Eagles.
So with 3 minutes gone by here in the 3rd quarter, Middletown South takes over at the 46-yard line. Twin receivers split out left side as the Eagles come up in their first offensive drive of the second half. James Sorrenti, the sophomore quarterback, pitches outside Keeter. He breaks the tackle, gets down the sideline. Keeter still in bounds and driven out inside Sayreville territory at about the 35-yard line. At the Middletown South first down, but there's flags on the play. Flags on the play in the backfield of Middletown South.
Well, you would think it would be holding against the Eagles, but we'll wait for the call. It is. That is the call. The long gain by Keeter on the sweep, but it's going to be brought all the way back, and it'll be a 10-yard penalty assessed from the point of the infraction.
Another critical penalty against Middletown South. That's their best offensive gain of the day, and that just cripples them. Instead of a first down at the Sayreville 35, the ball is pushed back to their own 37, and it's 1st and 20. That's a killer.
Well, let's take a look at it. We see Keeter making the turn. Now, that might have been the holding right there as the Sayreville player is brought down, tackled down practically from behind. Good call by the official. Chris Moriarty was out number 5. It appeared to be against him from his secondary spot, from his receiver spot.
3 penalties, 35 yards. Not the yardage that's critical. It's when the penalties have come for Middletown South. Now a flag thrown by the back judge, and it looks like it could be delay a game against Middletown South. And the Eagles are just killing themselves with penalties. Now it's 1st and 25.
Yeah, things unraveling a bit for sophomore quarterback James Sorrente and the Eagle offense, which has done so well here in the Central Jersey Group 3 playoffs. There's Keith Camaforo, hold it with his arms folded. He's the coach at Lafayette as an assistant.
Go, defense!
Sorrente looks to throw as he sprints out right side, and he goes down. Never able to set himself. Now a flag in the secondary. There's a penalty flag in the Sayreville secondary. Defensive holding against Sayreville.
Oh.
Second time in the game we've seen that.
Unbelievable. You rarely see defensive holding called, and twice in this one ball game with Sorrente falling down. What a bad break it is for the Bombers. George Najar can't believe it. Now we're seeing Sorrente fall down, but the action for the hold is happening downfield in the secondary. There's Sorrente falling right back on that slipped turf. And the officials conversing.
And you hear the Sayreville coaches telling their defensive players who are very upset by the call, settle down.
You don't walk off 15 yards here.
You don't want to get nailed for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as well. So, all right, there's the holding call.
Well, they still have a ways to go here. 1st and 13.
It is a first down.
Come on, D!
This has become a very interesting series here with a lot of mistakes.
Look at Coach Camaforo, Middletown South. He's got a grin.
He's got a good sense of humor.
First down, 13. Sorrente looks to throw. Fires. Complete. Intended for Moriarty. Coming out of the backfield. He just overthrew him that time. Had him open.
I'd almost still run the football predominantly if I were the Eagles. They've had a lot of success with Keeter, especially since the end of the first half. They had that big 25-yard pickup to end the first half. But 2nd and 13, I'd still try to keep the ball on the ground if I were Middletown South.
2nd down, 13 for the Eagles. Ball slipped to 43. There's the give to Keeter. Breaks a tackle and then just drives forward for pretty good yardage up to the 48. Pick up a 5, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 8 coming up from Middletown South.
Well, the Eagles have really been moving out that Sayreville defense in the trenches, and this Keeter coming off the left side. Pretty good blocks thrown in there, and you get 5 yards a clip. Unfortunately, now for Middletown South, it's 3rd and 8.
Let's go around!
Sorrente looks to throw. Has protection. Looks now, squares up. Throws it long as a receiver. Knocked away. Excellent defensive play downfield. Terrific play by John Farinick. Moriarty was open, and Farinick got there at the last minute and knocked it away.
That was a well-thrown ball by Sorrente, and Farinick coming up with a defensive play so far here for Sayreville this afternoon. Big deflection, pass breakup, and Middletown South will be forced to punt.
It's a good snap. Keeter over end kick that Joseph lets bounce. Omar Joseph lets it roll. It goes inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line.
Hey, Omar, watch the ball!
And Sayreville will put it in play there. Well, certainly that might be the defensive play of the game. Farinick knocking that ball away.
Certainly Farinick, not one of the players you hear an awful lot about, the junior 5'10", 170-pounder, and coming up big there in the secondary, the George Najar's Bombers.
Bombers 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. 6:54 remaining, 3rd quarter. Sayreville 7, Middletown South 3. Joseph goes in motion. Bowden gives inside handoff, nothing. Looked like Newber might have carried the football. He was just crushed.
Mike Little once again from his linebacker spot. He's coming alive. trying to create some misdirection inside, but nothing doing. The middle linebacker for Middletown South came right up the gut.
It was Antoine Simmons who actually carried the football on the inside handoff. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Got to watch out for a turnover here. This is some of the worst field positions Sayreville's had today.
Pitch to Joseph. Omar Joseph, penalty flag down. He is hit and dropped.
And again, you would think it's holding against the Bombers.
Well, the first half relatively penalty-free, but here in the second half, I've seen a number of flags. And Middletown South reacting as if it is against Sayreville.
Sure they'll take this to push the Bombers back.
Ooh, a shot block.
Blocking below the waist. Illegal block below the waist. It should move at half the distance.
It's going to back Sayreville up in the shadow of their own goalpost.
They have not had their back to the wall.
Watch it again. Let's see if we can pick up the illegal block.
Could have been called on Ray Quick. Let's see. Well, the feet are out, and number 50 Quick, it might have been on him. Half the distance to the goal line.
It goes back to the 7 or say 6-yard line. It is 2nd down and about 16. 7-yard line. Ball's at the 7. 2nd and 16. Tripped receivers come out to the right side. Babineau gives up the middle. Newber, nothing. Ball's loose, but they're going to say he's down. Ball came loose, but they're going to say that Newber was down. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Middletown South giving up virtually nothing now on the run, on the ground game at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Middletown South defensive line is opening it up for the linebackers. Little, again, number 52, causing that stop. Pounces on the ball, but the ball is already down. Mike Legg, number 49, 6'5", 260, doing the job in the trenches.
3rd and 16. Bowden drops back. It looks like he might try to punt it out of here. Let's see, quick kick. He punts it out. And the ball will drop dead at about the 34.
I think that's a great idea, though, Lou, considering with the wind facing you, that kind of a situation, 28-yard punt on a quick kick. I think that was a good call.
Sayreville just kicked it out of there with 3rd down. Didn't want to take the shot or take the chance. And now Middletown South needs to take advantage of this field position. They have the wind at their backs with 5:05 remaining here in the 3rd. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Keeter bounces to the outside, and he breaks a tackle, breaks another, and is driven out of bounds. Vinny Picaro, the first man to hit him, then Brandon Hoyt came over and finally drove him out of bounds.
Now, Keeter, again, he might not be the fastest kid in the world, but he maintains his feet extremely well, wards off the blockers, and at 230 pounds, he's a handful to bring down. There he stiff arms, gets away from Picaro, and cuts to the outside, and makes it a 1st down.
75 yards for Keeter on 14 carries. It's a 1st down, Middletown South. That's a 24-yard line. And up the middle, the fullback, Cece. And he's inside the 20-yard line, spins to about the 19.
You know, except for that first quarter drive by Sayreville, and they got a touchdown out of it. CC and company have been able to gain yards behind that offensive line of Middletown South proper. 250-pound center, and Keek and Gravy, the guards, doing a nice job on that play.
2nd down, call it 6. Right at the 20-yard line. Did CC hit, breaks a tackle, breaks another. Picks up maybe a yard. Stephen Wands was the first man, the 6'2", 300-pound junior. He got in, made the initial hit.
Dave Gangadil, also number 32, helping out. And Sayreville showing their quickness up front.
3rd down And about 6, no gain on the play. Ball sits just inside the 20-yard line. 3:55 and counting down, third quarter. Sayreville 7, Middletown South 3. Sorrenti in trouble. Brought down, and the penalty flags fly.
Motion against Middletown South movement. Keeter, the tailback, started too early. Take a look at it again. Sorrenti rolling out, but Keeter had already moved before the snap. Once the snap was being made.
Now the Bombers decline the penalty. It brings up a 4th and 10. At the 24-yard line. 4th down 10 with twin receivers right side. Sorrenti in trouble, gets away. Now, still on his feet, looks to turn the corner. He runs and takes a crunch inside the 20-yard line. He is just absolutely hammered at the 17 and gets up.
Well, as a tough kid, James Sorrenti, because Omar Joseph unloaded on him at the end of this scramble.
Actually got inside the 15 to about the 13.
Watch Joseph come out. Boom! He finishing up on that hit because he was being held up by another player. He was almost a sacrificial lamb there.
Steve, he got much closer to the first down than I originally thought. He is extremely close to the first down yardage. They stretch the chain out. And Sayreville has held, but not by much.
I'll tell you though, that was an impressive play though by Sorrenti. Yes, the Bombers do withstand Middletown South in that series, but Sorrenti doing all that he could. And credit Joseph for making a big hit to make sure he didn't get any forward progress. Watch Sorrenti. He's being held up from behind by Dave Gangendale, and then Joseph comes up and stops him. Big finish, big cleanup from the secondary.
3:08 left in the third, 1st and 10, Sayreville. Bombers take over on downs at the 13-yard line. Newberg hit and dropped. He might have lost a yard on the play. First man through, Tim Haney and Mike Little.
We've been calling their numbers a lot, 35 and 52. Doing a job of snuffing out any kind of work there by Newberg. Those linebackers are in the backfield so quick, Newberg doesn't have time to think about making forward progress.
Lost 2 on the play. Back to the 12. It is 2nd down and 12 yards to go for Sayreville. 2.5 remaining as I lose my voice. Bowden looks to throw. Rolls out, in trouble, sack. Sack well behind the line of scrimmage. In fact, inside the 10-yard line. John Klopak, the defensive end, on the sack.
And big number 49, Mike Legg, who's been a big factor all afternoon, has made Bowden roll out to his right to create that sack situation. So Middletown South really doing a job of the defensive line.
2 minutes remaining, third quarter. It is now 3rd down at about 16. Middletown South fans calling for defense. John Bell comes wide to the left. Whistles, penalty flag. This could be a delay of game. And it is.
Lou, this has really become a game of field position. Sayreville's been playing with their backs to the wall for a good part of this period.
Coach Najar unhappy with his offensive club after that. Now that backs him up inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. It is 3rd and 20 for Sayreville at the 4. Very dangerous territory. Sayreville 6 penalties, 40 yards. give to Newber. Inside, breaks a tackle, gets across the 5, up near the 8-yard line. But it'll be 4th down in about 16. And the Bombers will have to drop back into punt formation.
Winfield Vanderzee making a hit there, number 40 for Middletown South, one of the defensive ends. In the South defense, it looks like the Eagles are going to get excellent field position once again. They started from their own 34 in the last series after the quick kick by Bowden. This time, Bell is in there, standing near the back of his own end zone.
Bell stands back in his own end zone. High line drive kick. That bounces and will drop dead at the 30-yard line. And Middletown South will take over at the 30-yard line. First down and 10, a 22-yard kick, no return. You might have heard the Middletown South coaches yelling, "Get away from that kick."
Well, Middletown South has been a comeback football team all season long. They came back from 13-0 last week against Franklin, and here they are again.
First and 10 at the Sayreville 30. The give to Keeter. Breaks a tackle and then brought down, dragged down from behind by the freshman, Brandon Hoyt. Can't really say he's a true freshman anymore. He's played a whole season at the defensive end position. What a player he's going to be, though.
Yeah, Sayreville's had a couple of freshmen rise to the occasion today. That time brought down from behind. We should mention Michael Parsay, a freshman, had a partially blocked punt in that first quarter to set up Sayreville's touchdown drive.
Second down and 8. And the clock, problems with the scoreboard clock for some odd reason, as it winds down now. Still going. 39. Clock didn't start on the last play.
And they're telling the clock operator up in the booth right next to us just to get it down to 33 seconds.
That's where it sits, 33. And the officials explain to both coaches.
A good crowd on here today for a festive football finale to the 97 Gridiron campaign. I'd say a good 3,000 people in the ballpark here.
Excellent crowd on a very cold December afternoon of this championship game. Now we're ready to go. Clock winds, 30 seconds left, third quarter. Second down 8. At the 28. Sorrenti throws, it is intercepted. Picked off by Simmons, his knee was down. Pass was overthrown in the middle of the field and then picked off by the Bombers.
Well, Simmons has had a couple of big plays here this afternoon. This time Sorrenti putting it up there for all grabs. Well, good coverage by the Bombers. And there was the Antoine Simmons. He had this, knee was down, but he comes up with the all-important interception.
Brings up a first and 10 for Sayreville. At about the 11-yard line. 18 seconds left, third quarter. Handoff. Simmons breaks a tackle and gets back towards the line of scrimmage, and that will be the last play of the third period. 3 quarters gone by here at War Memorial Stadium. The score, Sayreville 7, Middletown South 3. You're watching the Central Jersey Group 3 Championship on TKR Sports. Ready to go for the fourth quarter. Lou Brogno along with Steve Tober. Glad you could join us here on TKR Sports. Sayreville leads Middletown South 7-3 as we get ready for the final quarter of this Central Jersey Group 3 Championship. Well, the third quarter owned by Middletown South. They just dominated Sayreville both offensively and defensively, but the Eagles, with great field position all quarter long, couldn't put any points on the board.
Simmons interception snuffed out this past drive. South had the ball at the 34 in the previous on the quick kick. They just haven't been able to do anything with it. With a punt, losing on downs, and the interception.
Their average start the Sayreville 39-yard line for their drives. You couldn't ask for anything better than that.
No, and you'll see if this does come back to haunt the Eagles, who have certainly owned the field position war so far here in the second half, but they still trail 7-3.
Second down, 10, Sayreville. At the 11-yard line. Bowden looks to throw. Fires. Catch made. John Bell with a diving grab. A nice catch by Bell at the 19-yard line. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down. It'll bring up a third down. Actually, they mark it at the 20, so it'll be 3rd and 1. Nice grab by Bell.
Yeah, Bell's a terrific athlete, and that time on the receiving end of a nice 9-yard pickup, so 3rd and short for the Bombers.
Charlie Bowden on a very cold day has done a good job. 4 for 7, 42 yards. Handoff, off tackle, and looks like enough for a Sayreville first down. John Newber carried the football. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Bombers.
Yeah, the fullback does it once again. Newber up the gut, just enough for the first. Keep those yard markers moving, and more importantly for Sayreville, with that clock going, 11-11 left in the fourth quarter. You've got a 7-3 lead. You just want to control the football.
Ball sits at about the 22. First and 10, Sayreville. 1 minute gone by, fourth quarter. Here's the pitch outside Simmons, looking to get to the corner, and he cuts it back inside across the 25 to about the 26. Pick up a 4. It'll be second down and 6 for Sayreville.
Middletown South has just done a great job on containment for the most part here this afternoon. Simmons had one long run earlier, but they've held Omar Joseph totally in check, and for the most part, Newber.
Bowden looks to throw. In trouble, fires, Simmons the catch, and he is close to the first down. Very close. It was an excellent grab by Simmons, and Bowden, a good delivery after heavy pressure.
Excellent delivery by Bowden under heavy pressure on the rollout, and that little swing pass has been successful, and a penalty with face mask against the Eagles.
That'll advance it 5 yards. Maybe more, let's see.
They're going to mark off the 15 here, Lou.
Oh, a big penalty against Middletown South. Brings the football all the way up to the 46-yard line. So Sayreville finally has been able to move the football now and gain back some field position. 7-3 the Bombers lead with 10 minutes left. Five penalties, 55 yards for the Eagles. Trip receivers. Left side, Bowden throws. Picaro the catch. Turns it back in and gets across the 50-yard line. The tight end, Vinny Picaro.
Short passing game clicking for the Bombers. Vinny Picaro, known as all-county linebacker, this time from his receiver spot, making the catch and getting positive yardage out of a play that could have been stopped around the line of scrimmage.
Pick up of 5 yards to the Middletown South territory at the 49-yard line. 9 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. Bowden looks to throw. Fires long for Picaro, downfield, incomplete.
Interesting call there, Lou, on second down and 6, and you would think trying to keep the clock moving, you would run the football, but instead they go to the air here, throwing safely out of bounds, intended for Picaro downfield. Yeah, maybe trying to catch the Eagles napping, but I think more importantly, you want to keep that clock moving. Now stop with 8:58 remaining.
Now a third and about 5. Eighth play of the drive, 3 minutes, 22 seconds, chewed up by the Bombers here. Bowden looks to throw, fires, incomplete, intended for Simmons at the 40-yard line. Had him open. Now the Bombers have to think about what they're going to do. 4th down and 5. Will they kick it away?
Well, with the lead, I would certainly kick it away. They've done a decent enough job with bad field position stopping Middletown South. This time they're bound to get much better in terms of a defensive point of view when the Eagles do get the ball back.
And Bowden drops back into punt formation. Cece is back deep for Middletown South inside the 15. Good snap. Line drive kick that Cece will pick up. And Picaro right away there on special teams to nail Cece, who tries to fight for a couple of extra yards, but only manages to get to the 11.
38-yard punt, no return. Good job against Sayreville, excelling on special teams. Picaro and company putting the wraps on Randy Cece.
Now Middletown South, a long field to drive to get some points. They trail 7-3. They need a touchdown to take the lead. Full house backfield. At the 11-yard line, the pitch goes outside Kedor and carries some folks with him across the 15 up near the 19-yard line.
As much trouble as Middletown South has had doing anything near the red zone of Sayreville, you would think Sayreville would feel very confident at this situation, although Paul Keeter certainly capable of breaking one.
2nd down and 4. Pitch, Keeter looks to get outside, runs over people, and finally steps out of bounds, but he has a Middletown South 1st down.
Paul Keeter continuing where he's left off the entire season, entering today's action with 1,515 yards. This could be, though, the 2nd game in a row, and only the 2nd game in 12 that he's not scored a rushing TD. 17 carries, 93 yards for the 230-pound Keeter, who's upset that he was called stepping out of bounds.
First and 10 Eagles. Pitch, Keeter. Cuts it back into the secondary, across the 40 and up to the 44-yard line. Now Middletown South has that running game going with Keeter, and just basically the same play the last 3 sequences. Pitch to Keeter, here it is.
Yeah, the pitch right to Keeter, move out behind that right side of that offensive line, cut back, and Paul Keeter with a 17-yard pickup and a 1st down for the Eagles, who are on the move.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and fighting for extra yardage is Cece this time, the fullback. And he might have picked up a yard as he gets to the 45.
We'll see if South has any of those 4th quarter heroics they had last week against Franklin. A late drive in the game, capped by a CC pass with 2:02 left to beat Franklin 20-19. We'll see what they can do here.
2nd down, 9, 7 minutes left in the game. The give to Keeter. He breaks a tackle, gets to the outside, and is caught from behind. Dragged down across the 50-yard line to the 47. Another good gain by Keeter. Antoine Simmons on the tackle for the Bombers. Here it is.
You know, before when they were trying to go to the air, they had the interception by Simmons. I was still saying, why do you go to the air when you have Keeter, who can pick up 8-9 yards a clip? Here a big 3rd, I think closer to 1 situation. They're calling a 3rd and 2. Huge play right here.
3rd down and 2. Middletown South at the 48-yard line. Keeter breaks the tackle into the secondary ahead of the field. Simmons drags him down from behind inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. It's a 1st down for Middletown South.
And Keeter had the good sense to know where he was on the field, to hold on to the football. whenever you see a back who knows what he's doing out there in the open field, he went the fact to make sure he was corralling that pigskin very tightly. 25 yards on the game and 142 on the day for Keeter.
And Sayreville calls a timeout. The Bombers now want to tuck it over defensively. They are getting blown off of the line of scrimmage on this drive.
Well, you wonder why they're getting the big gainers, but why not do anything else but go to Keeter? And here he tucks the football in. He knows he's being brought down from behind. And Keith Camaforo, got to be confident as he does some cleaning up on the field of the Cup. Former Lafayette College assistant here in his second stint, his fourth year. Took the 95 team to an 11-0 record in the Central Jersey Group 4 championship. 5-4 last year, but certainly an impressive club. Coming in here at 8-3. How many teams play 12 football games in a high school season? Not many.
Oh, you're right. And Middletown South last year, 5-4 in the rebuilding season. They moved down to Group 3 this year, as did Sayreville last year. And Middletown South, right back where they feel comfortable. They are no strangers to championship. 4 titles since 1989. And of course, they beat the Bombers in the 92 final.
And there are 3 losses this year: 18-14 to Raritan, 28-14 to Lakewood, a big upset there, and then 23-15 to crosstown rival Middletown North.
1st and 10, Middletown South at the 22-yard line of Sayreville. Full house backfield with 6.5 left, 4th quarter. Pitch to Keeter, breaks a tackle, gets to the outside, and gets inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
That time Brian Dominic out in front, the blocking back, providing some nice room there for another pickup for Keeter. Clock still not significant here, Lou, with 6:02 and clock moving, and Middletown South with plenty of time.
Lenny Carter helping out on the tackle. This drive, 7 plays, 70 yards they've picked up already. Keeter 69 of those 70 yards on 6 carries. 2nd down. Here's the give. Keeter breaks a tackle into the secondary inside the 10-yard line. What a drive for the Eagles. They started this drive way deep in their own territory, their own 12-yard line. They have driven to the Sayreville 8.
This time to the right on a simple handoff around the right side. And Keeter is unstoppable at this point, and you would think nothing can stop the Eagles from knocking one in here.
1st and goal, Middletown South at the 8-yard line. Pitch to Keeter. Looks for a block at the 5, the 4. He is in. Touchdown, Middletown South.
It was all Paul Keeter behind that offensive line, and number 25 scores his 19th touchdown of the year, and he's scored TDs in 11 of 12 games this season.
What a drive, an 88-yard drive by Middletown South. And they take the lead with Matt Eckert in to kick the extra point. Snap is good, the kick is up, it is good. A break in the action. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left, 4th quarter. Middletown South 10 and Sayreville 7. Here's your touchdown.
Paul Keeter, pitch right behind his blockers, and he sees the flag, and he goes in untouched for the touchdown for South. 9
plays, 88 yards. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. The time chewed up. Keeter, the 8-yard run on the drive. Keeter, 8 carries, 87 of the 88 yards. He has 164 yards rushing today for Middletown South. The Eagles have the lead, 10-7, with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 4th. And if Sayreville wants to win their first state championship since 1949, they'll have to come from behind here in the 4th quarter to do it.
Middletown South looking for their 5th Central Jersey title and their first in Group 3.
It's a line drive kick that sails out of bounds. So penalty flag thrown. And Sayreville will have to decide if they want to take the ball at the 35 or make Middletown South re-kick.
This makes what high school football is so great. Who can figure Middletown South has great field position throughout the third quarter, and they can't do anything. They get the ball back at their own 12, and they go all the way, 88 yards, and just an impressive drive by the Eagles of Middletown South in crunch time of this football game.
And the Bombers will indeed make Middletown South re-kick the football.
Paul Keeter, third team All-Monmouth County selection. Certainly playing like an All-Monmouth County football player, all-state quality in this incredible sequence. Lugging that pigskin all the way to Pedro.
Eckert will kick it. Line drive kick taken by Simmons, drops the football, picks it up, and is smacked at the 27-yard line. That's where Sayreville will put it in play. Five minutes, 16 seconds left, fourth quarter. Central Jersey Group 3 Championship. Sayreville trails for the first time today, 10-7.
Well, the Bombers have one of the best coaching staffs in Middlesex County. They're going to have to do all their work here because the Bombers are not a wide open team. They're going to have to open it up a little bit.
Charlie Bowden, Sayreville quarterback, calls the signals with trip receivers left side. Bowden looks to throw, sets up, fires, incomplete. Intended for Newber, and just overthrown.
Good idea. You can't get it all back all at once. Throw the swing pass, which they've had success with, and now George Major looking for his offensive coordinator, give him some ideas and relay the play to Charlie Bowden.
Brings up a second down and 10.
Sound like those NFL quarterbacks that have a little microphone in their head.
Got to send the play in. Again, trip receivers go left side. Bowden looks that way, fires, caught. John Bell makes the catch across the middle, across the 40-yard line to the 42 on a slant pattern. He was tackled by Steve Dahl, but that's enough for a first down.
A nice 18-yard pickup there. Beautiful pattern run by Bell on the slant, hauling it in, and a good job being brought down.
First and 10, Sayreville at their own 42. Bell receiving today, 3 catches, 30 yards. Trip receivers again, left side for Sayreville. Bowden looks to throw that way. Now he comes back right side. Vaccaro makes the catch and brings it upfield. Breaks a tackle, and Vinny Vaccaro is across midfield into Middletown South territory at the 47-yard line.
Go away from the trips. Kind of confused the Eagles a little bit, and successfully. And Sayreville showing their ability to pass the football. Bowden coming back across the grain and hitting Vaccaro. He picks up some nice yardage.
First and 10, Sayreville at the Middletown South 47. The Bombers have moved the football nicely from their own 27. Trip receivers left side, 1 setback. Bowden looks to throw, hit as he delivers, and it is caught by Joseph. Omar Joseph makes the catch inside the 30-yard line. A first down for Sayreville.
19 yards on that pickup, and it appeared that the defender for Middletown South had turned looking at Joseph, and Joseph looking back and making the catch. That time Hector Rodriguez, number 41, turned his back for a moment, and Joseph able to keep his concentration and make the big reception.
Sayreville trying to put on a championship drive with 4:22 left fourth quarter. Sayreville with a first down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Here's the pitch to Simmons. Looks to get outside, breaks a tackle, turns the corner, and hammered out of bounds. There's going to be a face mask penalty against Middletown South, and that'll tack on extra yardage to the play.
Well, the pitch right, and Middletown South losing a little bit of their composure here. And we'll see, they do grab on the face mask of Simmons. You had a good look at it there. Good job by our cameraman.
That'll tack on extra yardage to the play. Sayreville has taken the football, and they have driven inside the 10-yard line.
You see Simmons. Now you'll watch 41 reach in and grab the face mask with his left hand and pull Simmons down. Good call by the official.
They actually marked the ball at the 11. The 11-yard line. It is 1st and 10 Sayreville at the Middletown South 11. 4:07 left, fourth quarter. 10-7 Middletown South. Bowden looks to throw, fires incomplete, intended for Newber coming out of the backfield. He had him out there at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Newber was open. The play developed nicely, just overthrew the receiver. Impressive drive here by the Bombers, aided there by that face mask penalty, but Charlie Bowden, except for this pass, has been doing a nice job throwing the football. Newber was open in the left flat.
So it's 2nd and 10 coming up from the 11. Sayreville, of course, thinking touchdown, but a field goal would tie it and send it into OT. Bowden looks to throw, sets up, fires, and is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Could have been picked off in the end zone.
Well, Bell had about 4 defenders around him. Would have been a very difficult pass to complete. Here's Bowden looking. Bell was there in the end zone, but hard to pick it up. Tacticos, number 88.
Was the man who tipped it at the line of scrimmage. Big Brian Tacticos, 6'2", 220. Big play here. 3rd down and 10 now at the 11. 3 minutes and 58 seconds left. Omar Joseph goes wide to the left. John Bell goes wide right. Putbacks behind Bowden. And he rolls out, left side, fires, end zone, incomplete. Intended for Joseph, overthrown. And it brings up 4th down. Now a decision for Sayreville. Do you go for the touchdown on 4th and 10 at the 11, or do you try the field goal? A field goal ties the game and assures you, unless Middletown South scores, of going into overtime.
It would probably be, what, about a 28-yard attempt by the time they snap the ball.
But they look like they're going to go for the touchdown. And indeed they are. Middletown South fans are on their feet.
Bell's marking a spot in the turf.
Oh, he's going to kick.
He's marking about the 18, 19-yard line. So we're talking about a 29-yard kick, which Eckert had made earlier for South. There's Keith Camaforo coming out in the field, the head coach for the Eagles.
Well, Sayreville calls timeout as they want to talk it over to make sure that they are comfortable with the decision that they want to make here. We'll keep it here with 3:52 left. Again, it would be about a 28, 29-yard field goal for Bell. Certainly a makeable kick, but in high school in these kind of conditions, certainly, you know, not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, never in high school, especially with the conditions. You need a good snap, a good placement. Bell is an outstanding place kicker. Right now, he's just trying to force things possibly to overtime. Still 3:52 left in regulation. It's been a great football game.
And they are going to try the field goal. Officially, it becomes a 27-yard attempt. Snap is good. No, they're going to fake. Bowden has a man wide open. Corner makes the catch. Touchdown, Sayreville.
Well, they don't call George Najar, one of the top coaches in Middlesex County, for nothing. Here's Bowden on the fake and a wide open Carter on the left side of the field, and Lenny pulls it in for the biggest touchdown of his career.
What a call by Sayreville. The Bombers take the lead. With 3:45 left, Bell is in to kick the extra point. Snap good. Kick is up. It is good. A break in the action. 3:45 left in the fourth. Sayreville 14, Middletown South 10. The only two state championships for Sayreville football came in 1947 and 1949. They are 3 minutes and 45 seconds away from another. The drive, 9 plays, 73 yards, a minute 35. Of course, the big play, and what a big play it was. Carter, the 11-yard touchdown reception from Bowden on the fake field goal. Bowden today 10 of 19, 108 yards. And of course, the big touchdown.
A huge play for Charlie Bowden. Lenny Carter with a great concentration on the receiving end and a gutsy call. The biggest play of the day so far with 3:45 left and Sayreville in the lead.
Bell will kick it off. Middletown South wants to get a good return here so they have good field position to start their drive. A short kick that is picked up, and they do get a good return here across the 30-yard line. So Middletown South has plenty of time. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. They trail 14-10. They need a touchdown, however, to come back and win the game. They've got to go the full length of the field.
Well, I don't know if they have enough time to just go to Paul Keeter, the 230-pound tailback, the entire way, but we'll see. They might have to mix in a pass or two.
Ball marked at the 32. First and 10, Middletown South. Here's the pitch. Keeter hit and dropped. Good penetration. Omar Joseph and Stephen Wands on the tackle.
Now, Omar Joseph's had a couple of big plays defensively. He stopped Sorrento earlier on a 4th down run. This time he comes up in a secondary spot to help create that loss. Actually, a no gain.
Middletown South does have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. The clock ticks with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Sorrenti looks to throw, fires, catch made by Cece, but he's hammered as soon as he turns around and catch the football. Brandon Hoyt, Dave Gangadal, and Vinny Porcaro on the tackle. A pickup of about 4, but now it's 3rd down and 6.
And we'll see when Keith Camaforo starts using these timeouts for South. Clock moving and Middletown South up against it here. Huge 3rd down.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Handoff goes to Keeter, outside. Just powers his way for what appears to be 1st down yardage. It'll be close, they may measure.
Keeter, what a bull of a back he is, the senior tailback.
It's a 1st down.
And a huge 1st down for Middletown South. It appeared he was going to be stopped initially. He breaks away, bounces off a 1 tackler, and then drags the final tackler. But not before he got the big first.
Eagles keep possession, 1st down and 10. There's the give to Keeter, and he gets very little yardage across the 45 to the 46. But more importantly, the clock ticks. 1:55 left in the game. Middletown South with the football, but now you're going to have an injury timeout. One of the Sayreville players injured on the play.
South catches a break there with the clock stopping.
Looks like Antoine Simmons shaken up on the play.
Most importantly for South, it stops the clock. Here's Simmons, 42, converged by a couple of Middletown South tacklers, and his legs slip out from underneath him there at the end.
Body kind of twisted underneath there.
All's a danger of a groin pull or quadricep pull. Looks okay.
2nd down, 7 for Middletown South. A 44-yard line. They need a touchdown to win the game with a minute 51 left. Play action. Sorrenti throws. Catch made on the sideline. And that's a good gain for the Eagles. Play action. And Brian Dominic out of the backfield makes the reception.
A nice toss by Sorrente and a good catch by Dominic. And just when you think South might be running out of answers, they come up with a big pass completion on the far sideline. Dominic fired up too.
Wow, what a game. 1st and 10, Middletown South. Dominic, that's the first time he's touched the ball in the game. Sayreville calls time. They want to talk it over defensively. It'll be a 1st down and 10 for Middletown South at the 43-yard line. It's been a terrific game, no matter who wins or loses. And all the action, of course, coming here in the second half, back and forth. Neither team willing to give up.
Yeah, a few more penalties than maybe we're used to seeing here 13 weeks into the season on the last day of the 97 campaign, but a spirited effort, great running.
Let's see if we can hear George Najar.
Hey, come hard and get the quarterback. Joe. Joe. Hey, one more, Joe.
And the Sayreville cheerleaders trying to keep warm and cheer their team on to victory. Sayreville trying to hang on. You heard George Najar, the one key there. He said, stay true to your assignments. Look at Keith Camafaro. He always smiling.
He takes football very, very objectively. I'd actually like to see games played on Friday afternoon, he said.
1st and 10. Here's the give to Keeter. Breaks the tackle, but then just nailed after a short gain. Middletown South quickly back to the line of scrimmage now. 1:34 left. The clock is ticking down. 2nd down and 8. Middletown South. Pitch to Keeter. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Twists across the 35-yard line down to about the 34. And now a timeout will have to be taken by Middletown South. They stop the clock with 1 minute, 12 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, South will have to conserve those timeouts, use them effectively here. 3rd down at the 34 of Sayreville. As we see the toss to Keeter. He's been impressive the entire second half.
That's the type of day it is. Bundled up. Hoods are up today.
It's like twin sisters up there.
Just a portion of
Two
it.
Sally Jesse Raphaels wrapped up.
The huge, huge crowd here in Sayreville. What a great day as far as the attendance is concerned on what is a very cold December afternoon.
But still decent weather for mid-December. I'll take this over some of the weather we've had. 182 yards rushing for Paul Keeter, the outstanding senior tailback for Middletown South.
It was like those guys like Cece, right? Short sleeves, temperature in the 30s. All right, 3rd down and 2. Big, big play. Keeter breaks the tackle, still on his feet, bounces outside, still running with the football. They can't bring him down. He finally gets a 1st down inside the 20-yard line, and the clock stops because they have to move the stick. 1:02 remaining, and the ball is at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Middletown South. That was a championship run.
Keeter almost reminds you, Lou, of a young Earl Campbell back with the old Houston Oilers. You get a hand on this guy. Remember, he's 230 pounds. Finds his way to the outside. He breaks one tackle at the line of scrimmage, eluding a would-be leg tackler, and cuts to the outside and makes the big gainer.
Keeter inside, brought down at the 19. They've got to hurry. 50 seconds left, and Middletown South will take a timeout. 49 seconds left on the clock.
A little surprised with that call coming up the gut. I mean, you don't have much time left here. Maybe 3-4 plays left. Keeter, again, warding off one would-be tackler on the face mask there. And it takes 3-4 guys to drag him down.
He certainly has been impressive. George Najar pacing the sidelines. Second down and 9. No quitting Middletown South, coming right back at Sayreville. They're inside the 20-yard line, but they don't have a whole lot of time left. Just 49 seconds left in the game.
Well, they did it last week against Franklin with a back coming out of the backfield. CC on a 9-yard TD catch with 2:02 left. Well, there's not that much time left here. And certainly play action could certainly be a possibility.
Gotta wonder, will Middletown South take a shot at the end zone this play or maybe the next? Full house backfield. Certainly a running formation. And they go play action. In trouble, Joseph. Big defensive play. They flip the ball away. They're going to say he's down. They're going to say that Sorrenti is down. He flipped it to Peter, but he was down. And the clock ticks. It continues to run. Middletown South has got to hurry. 30 seconds left in the game. Omar Joseph with a huge defensive play. 20 seconds left in the game. And now Middletown South calls a timeout. They called timeout, but they wasted about 20 seconds.
Now, does that make any sense? I mean, your quarterback is sacked. You would think immediately you call the timeout, but they let more seconds tick off the clock. Very curious delay of that timeout.
Now it's third down and 22 coming up from Middletown South.
Now instead of being at the 20 of Middletown South, looking in at the 33-yard line.
Sayreville 22 seconds away from its first state championship since 1949. Middletown South, no more timeouts.
A lot of the coaches on the Sayreville staff weren't even born back in '49.
And you might wonder, why can't they spike the ball? In high school football, you can't spike the ball unless they get a first down.
Well, Middletown South's going to have to get a little more fancy than we've been used to seeing this entire game. Little shotgun.
Here's the long throw towards the end zone. Intercepted! Picked off downfield by the Bombers. Now running the ball back is Farnick. He's still on his feet and is brought down with 7 seconds left. John Farnick, the interception. And Sayreville, with 4 seconds left, will have to run one more play. They're celebrating, but the game's not over. The game is not over. And now penalty's been thrown. Flag against the Sayreville team.
A little over-exuberance by the Bombers and their fans.
John McGuire, looks like number 8, but it was Sorrenti, I guess, who threw the pass. It almost looked like number 8 though. Sayreville will run one play, they'll take a knee, and they will win their first state championship since 1949. And then it'll be Bedlam here in Sayreville. The knee. 3, 2, 1. That is it. Sayreville has won the Central Jersey Group 3 championship. The Bombers 14, Middletown South 10. As the fans storm the field to celebrate with the players. What a great football game.
Tremendous effort by both teams, and credit Sayreville with an incredible touchdown drive, the fake field goal, the 11-yard pass to Carter from Bowden. Clutch plays by the Bombers. And that was a story here today. Sayreville is a champion.
14-10 the final score. And of course, that fake field goal for the touchdown will always be remembered as one of the great plays in Sayreville history.
And John Farinick had a pass breakup earlier there with the interception to snuff out the last drive by Middletown South. He also had an excellent game defensively for the Bombers.
Sayreville improves to 8-3 on the year, but they win their first championship since 1949, their third overall in their long history of high school football. Middletown South, a tough loss. They dropped to 8-4, but they showed no quit, and they kept battling back.
Middletown South, which upset top-seeded Franklin in the semifinals 20-19, tried to do it again with a last-ditch effort, but Sayreville would not have anything of it. The interception by Farinick ends the final drive.
And that'll do it from Sayreville's War Memorial Stadium on a very cold December afternoon. I know our camera guys want to get inside and get warm as quickly as possible, so we won't keep them any longer. The final score, Sayreville 14, Middletown South 10. The Bombers are Central Jersey Group 3 champs as they win a tremendously exciting football game. That's our last game of the 1997 season. I want to thank everyone who worked so hard all season long, sometimes under some very tough weather conditions, to bring you high school football here at TKR Sports. And we thank our crew, and we'd like you to pay attention to their names on the credits at the end of the game. Steve Tober, a pleasure working with you this season.
It's been a long season, Lou. Back on September 19th, they start off with a tremendous finish and a champion in Sayreville.
And I want to thank our great statistician, Tom Sharkey, for all his wonderful work this season as well. Thank you, Tom. For everyone here at TKR Sports, I'm Lou Brogno. Thanks for joining us. Again, the final, Sayreville 14, Middletown South 10. Bombers are state champs.